Across the globe, from sprawling metropolises to quiet corners of ancient lands, stand structures that have borne witness to the passage of centuries. They are the world's cathedrals. In this third chapter of our Odyssey, we venture once more into the architectural grandeur, seeking out 10 more of these extraordinary buildings. Our journey begins in Cordoba, Spain, where a remarkable structure dominates the skyline. The Cordoba Cathedral, also known as the Mosque Cathedral of Cordoba, stands as one of the most iconic and historically rich landmarks in the world. The origins of the cathedral date back to 785 CE. Originally built as a mosque, it became a spiritual and cultural centre of the Muslim world in Spain. In 1236, during the Reconquista, King Ferdinand III of Castile captured Cordoba and converted the mosque into a Catholic church. The Cordoba Cathedral is a masterpiece of mixed styles, combining elements of Islamic, Gothic, Renaissance and Baroque architecture. The original prayer hall of the mosque is an expansive space supported by over 850 columns made of jasper, onyx, marble and granite. These columns are crowned by the iconic double-tiered arches that enhance the illusion of infinite depth. The mosque's original mihrab, or prayer niche, is a dazzling focal point. Decorated with gold mosaics gifted by the Byzantine emperor, it showcases the artistic exchange between the Islamic and Byzantine worlds. The 16th century Christian additions include a soaring nave and a dome. While they break the continuity of the original design, they feature intricate woodwork and stained glass that exemplify Renaissance and Baroque aesthetics. Once the minaret of the mosque, the tower was transformed into a Christian bell tower after the Reconquista. At 177 feet or 54 meters tall, it offers stunning views of Cordoba and the Guadalquivir River. The cathedral's story is a vivid testament to the city's multicultural heritage, blending Islamic and Christian traditions in a way that few other structures can rival. Our journey now takes us north, where the ancient city of Aachen, Germany, plays host to another architectural marvel. Aachen Cathedral, known as the Imperial Cathedral or Kaiserdom, was founded by Charlemagne, the king of the Franks and later the first Holy Roman Emperor, in the late 8th century, around 796 CE. For nearly 600 years, from 936 to 1531, the cathedral was the site of the coronation of 30 German kings and 12 queens. This role cemented its status as a symbol of the Holy Roman Empire's power and continuity. Aachen Cathedral is a fascinating blend of Carolingian, Gothic and Baroque architectural styles, reflecting the influences of different eras and rulers. The centerpiece of the cathedral is the Palatine Chapel. Inspired by Byzantine designs, particularly the Hagia Sophia in Constantinople, it is one of the best preserved examples of Carolingian architecture. The chapel is built around a central octagonal core, symbolizing renewal and eternity. The cupola, adorned with a dazzling mosaic of Christ in Majesty, exudes the grandeur of early medieval religious art. The Gothic-style choir hall, added in the 14th century, contrasts sharply with the Carolingian core. Towering, intricately detailed windows flood the space with colourful light, illustrating biblical scenes and saints. The pointed arches and ribbed vaulting of the choir hall emphasize height and grandeur. In 1978, Aachen Cathedral was one of the first 12 sites to be designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognizing its outstanding historical and cultural importance. We travel now to the ancient city of Prague, nestled within the heart of Czechia. Here, located within the sprawling Prague castle, stands an iconic masterpiece, St. Vitus Cathedral. The origins of the cathedral date back to 930 CE, when Prince Wenceslas built a Romanesque rotunda on the site in honor of St. Vitus, a Christian martyr. Construction of the current Gothic cathedral began in 1344, when Charles IV, King of Bohemia and Holy Roman Emperor, elevated the Prague bishopric to an archbishopric. It wasn't until the late 19th and early 20th centuries that St. Vitus was finally completed in 1929, coinciding with the millennial anniversary of Wenceslas's death. The cathedral is a masterpiece of Gothic design, with later influences of Baroque, Renaissance and Neo-Gothic styles reflecting its long construction history. The western facade, completed in the 20th century, showcases a blend of Gothic and Neo-Gothic styles. Rising to a height of 269 feet or 82 meters, the twin towers are adorned with ornate spires symbolizing the cathedral's heavenly reach. A stunning rose window above the main entrance depicts biblical scenes, casting colorful light into the interior. The South Tower, towering at 314 feet or 96 meters, offers breathtaking views of Prague. It houses the Sigismund Bell, the largest bell in the Czechia, weighing over 16 tons. Inside the cathedral, the net-patterned ribbed ceilings are a hallmark of Gothic ingenuity, combining aesthetic beauty with structural innovation. Stained glass windows flood the interior with vibrant light. The most famous is the Alphonse Mucha window, a masterpiece of Art Nouveau, depicting scenes from Czech history and legends. We are headed now across the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean to the continent of South America, where we find ourselves in Lima, the vibrant capital of Peru. Here, amidst the bustling city, stands the Basílica Catedral de Lima, a testament to the enduring legacy of Spanish colonialism. The first version of the cathedral, a modest structure of adobe and wood, was completed in 1540. Throughout history, it has faced destruction from earthquakes, with major ones occurring in 1687 and 1746. Each time it was rebuilt or restored, adapting new architectural influences and preserving its grandeur. The cathedral's facade is a striking blend of Renaissance and Baroque elements. It has three grand portals, with the central one known as the Puerta del Perdón, or Door of Forgiveness, adorned with intricate carvings. Two neoclassical towers, capped with bell-shaped domes, frame the facade, creating an iconic silhouette. The cathedral's interior is equally breathtaking. Elegant, ribbed, vaulting ceilings adds a sense of vertical grandeur. Elaborately decorated altars, many gilded with gold, are dedicated to saints and religious figures. The high altar, a focal point of the cathedral, is richly decorated with silver and gold, reflecting the wealth and devotion of colonial Lima. It houses a statue of Our Lady of the Assumption, the patroness of the cathedral. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, the cathedral is an architectural masterpiece and a repository of history, blending colonial splendor with enduring cultural significance. Our journey now brings us to the banks of the River Thames, to the City of London, where the iconic dome of St. Paul's Cathedral dominates the skyline. The most significant predecessor to the current cathedral was the old St. Paul's Cathedral, constructed in 1087 during the Norman period. In 1666, the Great Fire of London destroyed the old cathedral, along with much of the city. Its destruction paved the way for the construction of a new cathedral designed to be a masterpiece of modern architecture. Sir Christopher Wren, one of Britain's greatest architects, was tasked with designing the new St. Paul's Cathedral. Construction began in 1675, and the cathedral was completed in 1710, a remarkable feat given its scale and complexity. The Dome of St. Paul's is its most recognizable feature. Inspired by St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, it is one of the largest in the world, standing at 365 feet or 111 meters tall. The interior is richly decorated with mosaics depicting biblical scenes, particularly in the dome. The nave, with its soaring arches and intricate stonework, creates a sense of awe and grandeur. The high altar, rebuilt after World War II, it is adorned with a stunning marble and gilded design. The cathedral has been the site of significant state funerals, including those of Winston Churchill and Margaret Thatcher. Our visiting to remarkable houses of worship takes us north, to the rugged landscapes of Norway. Here, in the city of Trondheim, stands the Nidaros Cathedral, a testament to faith and history deeply intertwined with the legacy of the Vikings. The cathedral's origins date back to the 11th century, constructed upon the burial site of St. Olaf, the Viking king who brought Christianity to Norway. The cathedral is a stunning blend of Romanesque and Gothic styles, featuring intricate stonework, colourful stained glass and imposing spires. The west front is the cathedral's most iconic feature, adorned with detailed sculptures of biblical figures, saints and Norwegian kings. The large rose window at its centre is a masterpiece of Gothic artistry, casting radiant light into the cathedral's interior. Inside the nave features soaring arches, ribbed vaulting and ornate stone carvings. Romanesque elements such as sturdy columns blend harmoniously with Gothic verticality, creating a sense of both strength and grace. The choir houses the high altar, built directly over St. Olaf's original burial site. This sacred area is the spiritual heart of the cathedral and a destination for pilgrims. The cathedral boasts one of the largest and most impressive organs in Norway, the Steinmeier organ, which is used for religious services and concerts. From the Middle Ages until today, Norwegian kings have been consecrated at Nidaros Cathedral, reinforcing its status as a symbol of Norwegian sovereignty. Our exploration of the world's cathedrals carries us to Ecuador, a land where the Andes Mountains meet the Amazon rainforest. Here, nestled in a valley surrounded by towering peaks, lies the city of Cuenca, home to the Cathedral Nueva, a masterpiece of architectural fusion. The cornerstone of the Cathedral Nueva was laid in 1885. The project, designed by German architect Juan Bautista Stieler, aimed to create a cathedral that blended European architectural styles with the local identity of Cuenca. The cathedral is a masterpiece of religious architecture, characterized by its blend of styles and imposing dimensions. The facade, crafted from pink marble, is a striking example of Romanesque Revival architecture. Its three massive entrance portals, adorned with intricate carvings, welcome visitors into the spiritual heart of Cuenca. The cathedral's three giant blue and white domes, covered in ceramic tiles, are its most iconic feature. The domes are one of the most photographed landmarks in Ecuador, often used as a symbol of the city. The interior is equally awe-inspiring. The nave features soaring columns, beautiful stained glass windows and elaborate altars. The interplay of light and colour creates a serene, spiritual atmosphere. The high altar, made of Italian marble and gold leaf, is a focal point of the cathedral's interior. It is dedicated to the Virgin of the Immaculate Conception, the patroness of the cathedral. With a capacity of up to 9,000 people, the Cathedral Nueva is one of the largest cathedrals in Latin America. The Strasbourg Cathedral, or Catedral Notre Dame de Strasbourg, is one of the most remarkable examples of Gothic architecture in Europe. Towering over the historic city of Strasbourg in France, this stunning cathedral has captivated visitors for centuries with its intricate design, soaring spire, and rich history. The construction of the cathedral began in 1015, starting with its crypt and Romanesque base. However, the transition to the Gothic style came later in 1190, influenced by the architectural trends of the time. The cathedral's western facade is one of its most iconic elements, adorned with thousands of intricately carved statues and reliefs. The detailed sculptures depict biblical scenes, saints, and allegorical figures, offering a rich tapestry of storytelling. The single spire, completed in 1439, is a marvel of medieval engineering. At 465 feet, or 142 meters tall, it was the tallest man-made structure in the world for over 200 years. Its open-work design combines elegance with structural strength, symbolizing humanity's reach toward the heavens. Inside the cathedral lies the astronomical clock, an awe-inspiring piece of Renaissance engineering. Built in 1843, the clock is a mechanical marvel that displays celestial events, calculates the date of Easter, and features a daily procession of automatons representing the apostles. The Pillar of Angels, located near the clock, is a vertical sculpture depicting the Last Judgment. Its intricate carvings showcase the skill of medieval artisans. The cathedral's nave is a vast open space with towering columns and ribbed vaults that draw the eyes upward, creating a sense of divine elevation. The choir features elaborate wooden stalls and an ornate high altar. Local legend says that the devil was so impressed by the cathedral that he took refuge inside, creating the famous Devil's Wind, a swirling breeze often felt near the building. And so we return to Spain, to the sun-drenched city of Malaga, where a different kind of cathedral story awaits. This is the Cathedral of the Incarnation, or Catedral de la Encarnación, and is one of the most remarkable landmarks in southern Spain. Standing on the site of a former Almohad mosque, the construction of the present cathedral began in 1528. It spanned several centuries, from the early 16th century to the late 18th century, resulting in a mix of architectural styles. The cathedral was declared complete in 1782, even though one of its towers remained unfinished due to financial constraints. The cathedral's impressive main facade, designed in the 18th century, is a stunning example of Baroque architecture. Its intricate carvings, Corinthian columns, and statues of saints make it a focal point of the building. The cathedral's northern tower stands tall at 275 feet or 84 meters, making it one of the tallest structures in Andalusia. However, the southern tower remains incomplete, earning the cathedral its affectionate nickname La Manquita, or the One-Armed Lady. Despite its asymmetry, the single tower adds a unique charm to the building. The interior of Malaga Cathedral is a masterpiece of Renaissance and Baroque design. The soaring dome is an architectural marvel, flooding the interior with light and emphasizing the cathedral's grandeur. Crafted by Pedro de Mena, the wooden choir stalls are intricately carved and considered some of the finest in Spain. The richly adorned high altar features paintings by renowned Spanish artists, including Alonso Cano. According to local legend, the funds intended for the second tower were diverted to support Spain's aid to American colonies during their fight for independence, particularly to help the United States. Our final destination takes us north to the enchanting city of Venice, a place where canals replace streets and gondolas glide silently through the water. Here, amidst the grandeur of Piazza San Marco, stands our final cathedral, St. Mark's Basilica. The story of St. Mark's Basilica begins with a relic, the body of St. Mark the Evangelist, the patron saint of Venice. According to legend, in 828 AD, two Venetian merchants smuggled St. Mark's remains out of Alexandria, Egypt, and brought them to Venice. The relics were placed in a church built on the site of the current basilica, establishing Venice's connection to the saint and its growing spiritual significance. The construction of the current cathedral began in 1063 and was completed in 1094. St. Mark's Basilica is one of the finest examples of Byzantine architecture in Western Europe. Its design features 5 massive domes, inspired by the Church of the Holy Apostles in Constantinople. The facade is a breathtaking display of Venetian opulence. It features intricate mosaics depicting biblical stories, saints, and Venetian history, as well as marble columns and carvings brought from across the Mediterranean. The horses of St. Mark, believed to date back to classical antiquity, originally adorned the Hippodrome of Constantinople. They were brought to Venice after the Fourth Crusade and now stand in the Basilica's museum, with replicas placed on the facade. The Campanile di San Marco, the Basilica's bell tower, stands separate from the main structure. Originally built in the 9th century, it collapsed in 1902 and was rebuilt in its current form. Inside the cathedral, one of most remarkable features is its golden mosaics. These mosaics, crafted over centuries, depict biblical scenes, saints, and the life of Christ, illuminating the space with their shimmering beauty. The Palladoro, or the golden altarpiece, is an exquisite masterpiece of Byzantine goldsmithing. Decorated with precious stones and enamels, it was commissioned in the 10th century and expanded in later years. It serves as the Basilica's high altar and is a symbol of Venice's wealth and artistic heritage. Unfortunately, due to Venice's sinking foundations and rising sea levels, St. Mark's Basilica is often affected by flooding, particularly during the high water season. Special barriers and restoration efforts aim to protect the basilica from further damage.